Hi, welcome to Breaking the Panels. I'm Ashley, and this is my review of Deadpool 2. Deadpool 2 stars Ryan Reynolds, Josh Brolin, Zazie Beetz, Morena Baccarin, as well as a plethora of cameos, returning characters, and breakages of the fourth wall. Deadpool 2 is directed by David Leitch. Straight off the bat, Deadpool is everything I expected it to be, but still had one or two large surprises up its sleeve, which as a fan I was thrilled about, as secrets can be hard to keep in this day and age. And finally, a foe worthy of my favourite X-Man, Colossus, who could finally let loose. I thought that would come in Days of Future Past, but I had to wait until Deadpool 2. Ryan Reynolds was once again quintessential as Deadpool, and the major driving force behind this sequel. I can't help but think that Ryan Reynolds and the character originally created by Rob Liefeld have become synonymous with each other. This franchise could go anywhere as long as Ryan Reynolds has the passion for it, and I can't see that dying down anytime soon. Josh Brolin played Cable, as foretold by Deadpool himself in the after-credits scene of the very first movie. And you know what? He looked great and acted exactly like his comic book counterpart. I was a little worried that a character as serious and surly as Cable, traits that drew me to the character at the beginning, would fall victim to the lighter toned backdrop of this movie, reverting to comedy and quips to match the overall tone. But that was not to be the case. Not once was Cable's characteristics or personality compromised. He was every bit the soldier, combatant, and tactician I was hoping for. I was a little disappointed with Cable's lack of backstory and connection to the X-Men, but the character has certainly been around in the source material, be it in his own solo title or as part of team books like X-Force, X-Men, and the Uncanny Avengers. Hopefully more of this character will be flushed out in the upcoming X-Force movie. Speaking of X-Force, Domino was a character that I never expected to ever see translated onto the big screen. But this movie done a fantastic job, and so did the actor Zazie Beetz. She was absolutely sensational as Dom, and in many fans' opinion, including my own, she was one of the elements of the movie that stole the show. The movie even done a great job of exploring her mutant ability, which is often overlooked in favour of her dubious career choice as a mercenary. Like Cable, I did feel that her backstory was a little thin on the ground, but if she does appear in an X-Force movie alongside Cable, I'm sure her backstory will be examined then. In regards to the villain of this movie, I felt it was a bit of a missed opportunity. Definitely when you consider the X-Men's vast amount of villains that are tied into dystopian futures, like Cable's clone Strife. It would have been incredible fan service to have seen a character like that in this movie. The action in Deadpool 2 is bloody and violent and tinged with that now standard Deadpool humour. And speaking of humour, the humour in this movie is quintessential Deadpool, and at times ties in perfectly with Deadpool's breakages of the fourth wall. Though some of the humour is a hit, some of it is also a miss. Like that scene back at Al's place. You know the scene I'm talking about. With the baby legs? That was a bit too much for me. A bit too long, and not my cup of tea. And also the same can be said for the breakages of the fourth wall. References like the Avengers Infinity War, Goonies, and the DC Extended Universe were a bit too much for me. I didn't fully appreciate them, and they just took me out of the movie. To summarise, Deadpool 2 is a great time. It's full of action, full of new great characters, and full of laughs, but unfortunately a little bit predictable. But still worth the watch nonetheless. Did you guys enjoy Deadpool 2? Please comment below. Also remember to like and subscribe. You can find us all over social media at Breaking the Panels.